Sup, if you're new here, my name is Anna. If you're not new here, my name is still Anna. And today I'm going to be talking about past purchases that were just stupid. They were just bad. They were just bad decisions back when I knew nothing. Just absolutely nothing. If you don't already know, I recently graduated from high school and I only started getting into makeup my sophomore year of high school, I would say. It was kind of a slow progression, but my freshman year I didn't wear a ton of makeup. The only makeup I remember buying was for my homecoming dance, and that was pretty much it. I still saw makeup as kind of not something I wanted to do that much. The only time I ever wore makeup prior to that was when I did dance productions on stage, and that was pretty heavy makeup. And also, since I didn't really know the best way to apply things and what made a product good or not, I just was using products that didn't work for me, but I didn't know that makeup wasn't uncomfortable all the time. I just thought makeup was just a gross, heavy mask and wasn't really into it. It wasn't until I stopped dancing and I started watching YouTubers. I think one of the first beauty YouTubers I watched was Nikkie Tutorials. I haven't been subscribed to her for a while, but I remember I watched her for, like, she reacted to just the weird stuff that was going on in, like, 2017, 2018, whenever, like, the silicone sponge came out. That was kind of when I was watching that, before I discovered smaller YouTubers and the panty community. I definitely could make more videos about my bad purchases because, oh boy, I made a lot. But today I'm just going to talk about 10 just because I don't want to take too much time up, and I thought this would just be a fun thing to do, especially now after going through a year-long no-buy. I've really learned what makeup I like and what I'm drawn to, but what I'll actually use, and just practical things, so I'm not buying things that I won't actually use and won't actually look good on me or work for me. So, with all that said, let's just start talking about all of my stupid purchases when I knew nothing. Now, the first item on this list, some of you might be familiar with what was contained in it because it was a Physicians Formula Happy Booster makeup set, and it was one of those that you see at like Ross or Marshalls or TJ Maxx, and it was only for $5 because they no longer sell those items. It was less bulky packaging because it was like a cheaper set, and it had their face powder, which I decluttered a couple months back, and it had a blush, which I currently have, but spoiler alert, I'm decluttering because I'm not using it and I won't use it. And it also had 2 lipsticks, which again, I decluttered one of them and one of them on Project Panty. So, $5 well spent? No, it wasn't. Even though it was cheap, it wasn't worth it because I didn't like any of, I'm not using any of those items. To be fair, I thought that my mom would use the blush. She had it in her backups, but that's what happens when you buy a backup blush. Even if you're a mom, who for some reason moms are notoriously just amazing at panning items and just plowing through a blush and buying a new one, it's still like buying a backup blush. When you're not close to being done with one, it's just never gonna happen. So yeah, she ended up not using it and then decluttering it to me, and I was like, yeah, this was not I was so drawn to it in the moment. Again, it was an impulse buy because I'm like, $5, 4 items, what a deal. Just because it's a good deal doesn't mean it's a good purchase. I'll say it again for the people in the back. Just because it's a good deal doesn't mean it's a good purchase. And that is something I have learned. Another thing that I have observed over the years is that if it's on clearance, there's a reason for it. Either the demand hasn't been high, perhaps the formulation is bad, perhaps the brand people don't like, or it's just not a well received, it's not a good product. So while the products themselves were like fine, I didn't really look closely at how the colors would look good on me. Like the face powder, too dark. The lipsticks, not good on the lips. So it was just, I was always so drawn to those Physicians Formula kits because it was like $5 for these products. Wow, what a good deal. But it was always they were just getting rid of stock. They didn't want it. There was old stuff. Who knows how old they were by the time I bought it. I have no idea how old the products are. That's why I'm not going to give them to anyone because I bought them when they were like on clearance. So who knows how old and how long they've been sitting there. Just, oh, that was not very smart. Past Anna. Silly. You're a little silly. Now this next one you might also be familiar with because I feel like it was my sophomore year when I was first starting getting into lipstick. I bought the Milani lipstick, like their gold line in the shade Teddy Bear, I believe. And then I bought a matching lip liner, which was 04 Au Naturel. And it was really popular to have those brownie nudes back in like 2017, 2018, and I was like, yo, that's what's popular, that's what's good, I gotta get me one. I gotta have a nude, because if I'm gonna wear makeup, I need a nude. However, what I didn't realize is that the meaning of a nude is a very different thing for each person, because what's nude on one person can look ridiculous on me, and that's what I learned, because it was like almost a terracotta-ish, like brownie undertone. Even though it was warm-toned, it managed to make me look dead in every way. It was really, really bad. And as soon as I put it on the first time, I was like, oh, what was I thinking? I don't know. But I used up the lip liner, I like colored it on a brush and used it as a blush. And even as a blush, it wasn't the most flattering. And then I tried, well, what if I use it as a bronzer? And eventually I decluttered the lipstick because I was like, this isn't working in any way. This is not a good color on me. And I feel like currently I'm wearing colors that aren't necessarily good colors on me, but I have figured out how to make them work for me and what I'm drawn to. And even if they're not a good color, if I like it, then I'll wear it. But I didn't like that color, so I just bought it because I thought that's something that I should have, and it just wasn't a good purchase. The fact that I got a lipstick and a lip liner in a shade and I had no idea how it would look on me. Huh? This next one was, it makes me cringe. So, like I mentioned, my freshman year, I bought makeup to wear to homecoming. The makeup I bought, one of them was a good purchase, and it's not like one of the ones that I want to talk about, but it was that No. 7 trio. I'm actually working on one of the shades that's left. They no longer sell them, but it was a really pretty, like, neutral, like, cool-toned taupey palette. That was the only thing good that I bought, basically, for homecoming. I also bought a brow pencil. I can't remember the specific name, but I'll try to put up a picture. I'm not sure if they still sell it anymore, but like, it was, on one side there was a pencil that was like a micro brow pencil you roll up, and on the other side was this little sponge that had powder in it, so you could drag it and then it would fill your brows with powder. First problem, bad color. It was like a warm brown, and it looked basically orange in my brows. Second problem, brow pencil. I have nothing against brow pencils on other people, however, what I've learned is that my brows, especially then, freshman year my brows were probably bigger than this. They used to be like twice this size. They basically took over my face, and it's up to me to save the world from my brows dominating the earth. So, I wasn't exactly sure how to handle my brows back then. The pencil strokes were just way too intense. Considering how intense my brows already were, it was just too much with the wrong color. And then I also used the brow powder, which with the weird, like, almost beauty blender shaped sponge, it just, just like they looked just like weird worms, and it wasn't. Warm toned worms. On a similar note from Homecoming, there are several products that I bought that were a bad idea. I had this cool toned mauve-y purpley dress, and not the best color on me because it was a bit too gray, but it looked fine. It was a weird color, but I tried to find a lipstick that would match. I had this L'Oreal lipstick. I thought it would match, but what we didn't realize is that it was like their metallic shiny lipstick formula, and so when I put it on, it was like metallic grayish, brownish, beige. It was just bad. It wasn't good. I thought the Milani lipstick made me look dead, but that took the cake. If you want to look like a ghost, though, maybe it's a good deal. So we bought that. I was like, oh, this isn't working. So I ended up going to Ulta, and I ended up buying a NYX Lingerie liquid lipstick. That's when I learned, ooh, I don't think I like liquid lipstick. But I didn't really fully understand what formulas I preferred back then. So I can't remember the exact shade for the life of me, but it was like this, again, warm, mauve, muted, nude, too light, too grayish, brownish. No. But I did wear it to the dance, so there's that. It was just this moussey, dry texture. And my skin, my lips, everything about me is dry. I live in a desert, that doesn't help either, so it just dried up my lips. And I actually think I have a picture of me wearing it, thinking I was like a cool beauty guru, and it causes me pain. It's really bad. I hate it. I also bought a Revlon mascara. I bought the red one. I thought it was just a normal one. I didn't know anything about what mascara I would like. I thought all mascara is basically the same, you know? I'll learn my lesson, because I bought that one. I didn't realize it was marked as waterproof. I never wanted waterproof in my life because I don't want to deal with that. Let me just say, I had mascara on for the 2 days after the dance. Yeah, but another problem was, it was like this short, stubby, spiky rubber bristle wand, and it made my lashes look kind of clumpy and stubby, and then they flaked because they were stuck on my lashes for like days on end. Ugh, it wasn't good. And I heard bad reviews all around on those mascaras, but I didn't know about looking up reviews. I barely knew about the beauty community. Ooh, let's talk about another mascara, and it was one of those things where I had to learn the lesson of, again, just because it's a good deal doesn't mean it's a good purchase or a good product. I was at Fry's Marketplace, because Fry's Marketplaces have actually big, like, makeup sections, at least where I live. So it's really nice. They have like new releases set up and everything. But I passed by the Physicians Formula stand. This was like the beginning of 2019, I want to say. And I was needing a new mascara, and I saw, ooh, I've heard good things about like their organic wear mascara, like the green tube, because I know Tati used to love that way back in the day. I guess they were discontinuing that or something, but it was on sale, and it was basically like half price, and I was like, yo, that's a good deal, I should try it out. And you know, if people like that mascara, they must like the one in a similar packaging. No, that's not how it works, Anna, that's not how it works. But I just bought it, and one of the worst mascaras I've ever tried. Not quite. It definitely is beat out by that one Almay Orange 2 mascara I tried a year or two ago. Nothing was wrong with the wand per se, but the product itself was just crap. It was just crap. It was very bad. It was sensationally horrible, because it didn't do that much for my lashes, but it just flaked like it was its job to flake all over my freaking face. Again, just because it's on sale, it might be on sale because no one wants it, because it sucks. Now, this next product isn't necessarily a makeup item, however, it is a tool. And if you have been involved in the beauty community for the past couple years, then you will know that there is this big old fan brush highlighting craze where people wanted the most intense highlight and they always had to use a fan brush to apply it. And I mean, there are a lot of different types of fan brushes, and I know when I'm painting, the quality and the stiffness of the bristles and how thick it is definitely changes its usefulness in a painting. So I'm sure it's very similar for applying it on the face, because I've only tried one fan brush, and it wasn't for me. So I tried the Wet n Wild, like, it was $1 or $2, and it was their fan brush. It's very flimsy, very thin. To be fair, I'm sure there are better fan brushes, but even still, it still just makes like a stripe, and it's harder to blend out. I prefer using a more rounded, fluffy, small brush for my highlighter. This is one that a lot of people use. It is the setting brush by Real Techniques. I prefer this because it gets a diffused area. You can kind of blend it out, blend it up and down. But with a fan, it's just, there's a harsh line that's hard to blend, especially when it's that flimsy, thin fan brush. So even though it was only $1 or $2, it wasn't worth it. But you know, I wanted to try it because everyone wanted to use a fan brush, and that was the craze. Now this last product is what solidified my opinion that liquid lipsticks just aren't for me. They're not my cup of tea. Back when I was first starting to get into makeup again, I think I was around sophomore year, one of my friends, she had a lot of Bare Minerals products. She wasn't super into makeup, but when she bought makeup, it was always Bare Minerals. That was just the cool thing to do for some reason. So I was like, yo, I gotta get something from Bare Minerals. She always used their liquid lipsticks. So I remember around Christmas, I bought myself a Christmas gift, and it was one of their mini sets of like 3 mini liquid lipsticks. And first off, a set, how do you know all the shades are gonna be looking good on you? You gotta really double check. That's not what I did. I just bought it and I was like, yo, that looks pretty. I want a liquid lipstick from Bare Minerals, so I'm gonna buy the mini ones. Well, one of them was a good color on me. The formula was no. It was no. And I know a lot of people like that formula. I know it's a moussier formula. Both of the liquid lipsticks I've tried are moussier formulas, but those are supposedly less drying. So why would I want to try the really thin liquidy ones? That's beyond me. But the first shade that was the lightest was way too light, like zombie nude on me. No. It was like a peachy nude. I ended up using that one up, I believe, as a liquid blush, and it was actually really pretty. The second one I think I ended up getting rid of because it started leaking oil everywhere, and I was like, that's a little weird. And the third one I used, and then I took the stopper out because it was starting to get hard to product, and then it was just a massive product, really. And I think it started to dry out a bit, and the color was pretty, but I just eventually realized this isn't for me. I shouldn't have bought these. So yeah, that's a thing. And you know what's really dumb is that I bought that, and then I got a Bare Minerals gift card, and I spent most of it on buying another one, a full size.
What?
What was I thinking? I didn't know what good makeup was, what my preferences were. I just was like, well, I'm supposed to like it, so that means I do like it. I don't know. Now, lastly, this one you probably are familiar with if you have seen my Back to Broadway Project Pan series, and it is the Wet n Wild Matte Primer. Do you know, I bought at least 3 of them and used them up, if not more. I guess I didn't realize I had dry skin for the longest time. For the longest time, whoa. That had good reviews, and I was like, I need a mattifying primer to put in my T-zone, because everyone does that, because obviously I have combo skin, because everyone does the glowy and then matte. What? No, No. Girl, your skin is dry. Why are you mattifying it? Why do you keep on buying this? When will you learn? I just wanted to add that the fact that I bought multiple of those and it took me forever to realize this is dumb. Like, what the heck? I get the first time I bought it, I knew nothing. The second time, you think I would learn something? Like, I don't know why it took me years to figure out what the heck I was doing with my life, but oh wait, I still don't know what the heck I'm doing. Dang it. Those are all the items I wanted to talk about today. I definitely can talk about more, so if you want to hear me rant about random stupid purchases I made in my past, let me know. If you have made any stupid purchases in your life and you want to share it, please tell me. I'd love to laugh with you. I just think it's funny thinking about all of the dumb things I did and, you know, learning from my mistakes and moving forward, not being too hard on myself, but also like, what was I thinking? I'm just glad at where I am now so that I can make wiser decisions in the future. So, yep, I hope you enjoyed and I hope that you have an amazing day. Bye.